Welcome to Fishing for Bees. This is my YouTube channel on swarm catching and beekeeping. Today we're going to shoot a couple videos, break them up into some segments so nothing's too long. First things first, we're going to get into the ones that we did not determine were alive, which would be blue, purple, and the 10 frame down there. Of course, we have bees going into the blue one and the purple one, not yet the 10 frame, and that's probably some opportunistic foragers in the start of robbing, and we want to deter that. We don't want that happening. So what's dead is going to be removed from the yard, and what's living we're going to focus on. So we're going to do a little bit of an autopsy, get inside them, take a peek around, not too much. We're just going to move forward with the living and the beautiful activity that we got at these other colonies. Again, these are 2024 swarm catches. Some of them were late in the season. We had all kinds of problems with laying workers and queens just not right. So we're not going to worry about it too much. We're going to move forward, get inside here, take a quick look around, and we are going to set up a swarm trap with one of these right now. We got to replenish our losses, and I'll show you how to do that so that there's not robbing activity. And in all honesty, after a couple days, the swarm trap sitting here on this stand will be ignored by the other ones. Once they've inspected it, once they realize there's nothing of value inside there, they're not going to go back in. So any activity after that point that I see is potential scouting and hopefully a swarm. So let's get inside. We'll start with the blue one, see what's going on. All right, so here we go. Nothing looked all that good last time we were in here. There's always a possibility of a small swarm. There's the bee on top. As I said earlier, it's probably a neighbor. The activity is not from this colony. They are dead. I'm going to behave as if this comb is going to be salvaged and fed back to swarm catches or colonies. But in all honesty, I haven't made that determination yet. So you can see we got some dead. And they're not wet on that frame at least. I like to try and get as much of the dead as I can within reason. That's what rots. I'll get pickier later with all them butts sticking out. I'll pull them out with tweezers, get these frames a little bit better if I want. But this is a frame that once you dropped it into another colony, they'd clean that right out. I'm gonna take this lid away from this area. This is gonna be my bottom. And when I get another lid, that's gonna be my top. I'm gonna stack my nukes with honey frames with no entrances, bottom, top, keep going that way. Because we're stirring up a bunch of activity. They're hungry, and it's easier to shake them off further away than it is right next door. And there you go. That's just terrible. This is a good sized cluster. So I'm gonna get all this stuff away from my other bees. Should have brought an extra nuke, empty. It helps. Not one bait comb frame in there. I was hoping to have a bait comb frame so that we could set up our trap. Keep these lined up. I'm not going to do too much speculation, but these last two had great populations. And they look healthy. So this was the bottom box. Fairly recent die-off, I would say. Those heater bees are just so hard to get out of the cell, and because I don't use wax foundation when I've banged these in the past to bang them out, which you can do pretty good. I've broke the comb, but we got some out. I'm not looking forward to going to the other yard. The other yard, we got 4 double deeps of dead. Little breaking of the comb is fine. I'll fix it right up. I'm gonna have to think long and hard whether I'm gonna allow these to be robbed out. I wish we had more information on whatever's going on nationwide. So this will all go into storage, safe storage, where it won't get, man. So they were spanning boxes. They were working their way up into the top box. No swarm trap bait comb. So this was one that was on a pollination contract, and I'm seeing some cells that are torn open. And this did not get the best treatment, and it got it late in the season, and I won't do a contract like that again, because I basically sacrificed this colony. I was compensated, I made some money, but not worth it. Alright, so there you go. We'll wrap it up with that. Cleaning out the dead. 2 good populations in the nukes. Not so good in this one. They may have even absconded. That's the glamorous part of beekeeping. Thanks for coming along for the ride, even though it's not that pleasant. Hope your bees are well.